I'm going to go through the process that I use for writing sonnets. Not that I write them often, but every now and then. If you haven't already seen the video that talks about sonnet form, go ahead and watch that first, because sonnets have a very particular form you have to follow. But once you kind of know the elements you need to have, then what you want to do is pull out a sheet of paper and just do this process along with me. So the first thing you want to do is pick a topic and jot down words. So we've got a holiday coming up. Maybe you want to write a lovely poem for your mother. What a great gift to give, right? Maybe you want to talk about how crappy COVID has been. There's a great subject for a poem. At any rate, pick a topic, start jotting down words, and that'll get your brain going, and it'll help you think about words that you can potentially use for rhymes in the poem. So I'm writing about our cat, going with the cat theme here, and here's my list of words. Cat, kitty, snow, fur, delicate, quiet, claws, talons, nails, scratching walls, gouges in the drywall, scratching doors, scratching sofa, etc. Now, some of these words I could actually use at the end of my lines that I could use these to make rhymes with. Some of them are not going to work. So if you're writing a sonnet and you're writing it with the correct meter, it's going to have this kind of rhythm. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Which means you're going to need to end on either a single syllable word or a word that's da-dum. So a word like lizard wouldn't work, because for lizard, the emphasis is on the first syllable, lizard. But a word like guitar, that would work. Guitar, da-dum. It's got that emphasis on the second syllable. So if I could find a rhyme for the word guitar, then that's a word that I could use to end on a line there. And why am I writing about guitars? Because like twice I've been woken from my sleep because the cat has come over and started like clawing at the guitar strings. It's kind of eerie and annoying. If you're doing this with me, go ahead and pause right now, pull out your sheet of paper, spend about 5 minutes, just get some words on the page. That'll get your brains going, put them in poetic mode. Now, once you've got some words jotted down, then the next thing you want to do is just start generating rhymes. Because when you have a poem that has to follow a particular rhyme scheme, the rhymes kind of dictate a lot of what you say or are able to say. And there are certain words that just do not have rhymes at all, and then other words that open up a lot of possibilities because they've got lots of rhymes. I would highly recommend going online and making use of a rhyming dictionary, though. Although if you want to generate rhymes without using this tool, that's totally fine. So if you just Google a rhyming dictionary, that'll pull up some options for you. I'm just going to go here to Rhyme Zone, and then I can put in some words that I think I might want to use. For example, let's say I want to rhyme the word guitar. I've got some one-syllable options, 2 syllables. I've got bizarre, guitar, bizarre, relatively close, right? And then some words that I know I'll never need. But I'm just going to pull out the words and jot them down on my list that maybe I think I'll use. Or maybe I'll try a word like love. Okay, and by the way, guys, I already know what I'm going to find. Like, don't try and end a line on love because you just don't have a lot of options to work with. The only things that really rhyme with dove or with love are like dove, glove, shove, and then ones that are like kind of sort of rhymes but not really. And dove is corny. I guess you could use the word glove. If you put the word shove into a poem about love, then it might not be a poem about love anymore. And here are some of the rhymes that I found. I was thinking about how the love that this cat gets from my daughter is totally unearned. Like, the cat is not like a dog. Dogs earn your love, right, by loving you back, but not this cat. She's a cat. Anyway, so I was thinking, could I end a line on unearned? And it turns out there are lots of words that rhyme with that. Learned, unlearned, burns, burned, unconcerned. So I've generated some rhymes. I've got some words to work with. Next, you want to think about the point that you want to make with your poem. So sonnets, we typically think of being love poems or poems of praise. But if you're following sonnet form, then at some point there's going to be a shift in the poem. There's going to be a turn, a volta, where what you're saying about the poem becomes something different. There's a really famous sonnet by Shakespeare that I think is a great poem, where he starts out by saying, "My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun." And it sounds like he's criticizing his girlfriend, right? Her eyes are not that great, her hair is not that great, her skin is not that great. But then there's a shift where he says, yeah, I know she's not that great, but she's also kind of fabulous. Like, I love her anyway. So you have this first impression that turns into a different impression, and it's a great poem. So when I was thinking about the point that I wanted to make about our cat, 2 thoughts came to mind, 2 ways that I could write this poem and have a sort of shift. So one thought is that the cat is annoying. She claws things. She messes with my sleep, but the kids still love her. Or I could kind of flip that. And the idea is that the cat is really cute and adorable. The kids love her, but she's also this destructive killer who would happily, I'm sure, devour all the birds in our yard if we let her have a chance. Step 4 is the difficult part. It's where you work through the hard process of writing. It is not easy to write a good sonnet. Or I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe it really is easy. Maybe you guys write raps in your spare time and this will be a breeze, a piece of cake. But for me, it's difficult. It takes some thought, some revision. Expect to spend some time here. But expect to feel happy and gratified at the end of the process when you've written something that's really good. When you get down to the business of writing, it may be helpful to go ahead and just write out the rhyme scheme. So for Shakespearean, you're going to have A, B, A, B. And remember, the A's both rhyme, the B's both rhyme. So A could be light, bright. B could be drear, dear, or something. Then you've got C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, and then G, G. So what you need for this is just 7 pairs of words that rhyme, and that's pretty doable. Now, Italian just has more rhymes than English does. If you go for Petrarchan, then you're going to have to find more rhymes than you would for the Shakespearean. You're going to need 4 A's, 4 B's, and then you've got some different options for what you do with the sestet at the end, the 6-line stanza at the end. So you could go C, D, E, C, D. You could go C, D, C, D, C, D. And there are some other variations. Just pick whichever one strikes your fancy. Again, the Shakespearean is a bit easier as far as rhymes, but if you've got a lot of words that rhyme together, you might actually like the constraints of the Petrarchan. Maybe pick a word that you think you're going to want to end on. So I was thinking unreturned, like my daughter's love for this cat is unreturned. And then it helps to get the rhythm in your head. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. My daughter's love is... Okay, so that doesn't quite work. Try it again. Her love is unrequited, unreturned. Well, that works, right? So that could be a potential line. And I don't know if I want that at the end, so I'll just put it down here. Okay, her love is unrequited, unreturned. So I think, well, what rhymes with returned? Well, yearned, burned, learned. Could be a lesson that the children haven't learned. Like a lesson that the children haven't learned. You know, they keep trying to pick up this cat and love her, and the cat tries to scoot away. I keep bad-mouthing our cat. She's a nice cat, aside from the scratching. Okay, that could work. Or what's another word or another line that rhymes with returned, learned, burn? Her love has been... No, that doesn't work. How often she's rejected and she's burned. Well, that sounds dumb. Let's try something different. Okay, now again, that's what I mean by the hard process of working through. You just test out lines. If you can get the end rhymes right, then usually you can tinker with the middle of the line to make it work. But definitely try and get the rhythm in your head. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Let me share with you the first draft that I've written here. I'm not in love with it, but I've got the parts in place so far. Because the cat is sleek with silky fur and moves with dancer's grace across the floor and vibrates like a massage with a purr, the children all admire and adore. Because the cat has whiskered nose of pink and wears a cuddly built-in birthday suit and stares with golden eyes that never blink, the children all agree that she is cute. But cat hides blades of steel within her paws. Her predatory teeth and reptile eyes reveal the killer instincts in her claws. She'll scratch the children and ignore their cries. And since my husband traps and kills each mouse, why do we keep this creature in our house? I think I mostly got the meter right, although I have to make massage sound like it's British, like a massage, in order for that line to work. There are a couple lines that I think feel a little bit repeated, like I've got 2 lines kind of about her fur, and I don't think the eyes that never blink are attractive, but you see that I was trying to get the rhyme there with pink. So if I had more time, which I don't right now, I think I would take this and maybe pull a couple of the lines that I do like and maybe use those to start over with something new. At any rate, I got a draft on the page, and once you've got something on the page, you've got something you can work with.